So Caitlin got flagrantly fouled today. Caitlin got a pretty bad, she got flagrantly fouled, and it is not an ideal situation where she was trying to walk it off after Alana Smith went on her, came up basically. It was a landing zone foul. It was a landing zone foul, and like, it is what it is.
They showed up expecting nothing more than a routine preseason run-through. Just another quiet warm-up before the real games begin. Instead, they walked straight into a moment that made the entire league hesitate. Caitlin Clark drives to the rim. Contact hits. Quick, chaotic, borderline reckless. In an instant, the whistle cuts through the noise, turning what seemed like a standard play into something far more controversial. Everything stops. The crowd goes still. The replay rolls, but somehow only makes things murkier, not clearer. Now no one agrees on what they just saw. And just like that, the spotlight shifts, for all the wrong reasons. Because the real story isn't the foul itself. It's what that one messy, split-second sequence just revealed about the tension, the expectations, and the storm brewing for the season ahead.
Fallout this morning. In response to the game from last night, in which the Indiana Fever, preseason or not, got absolutely crushed by what we believe is going to be one of the worst teams in the league. But I got to tell you, when it was starters versus starters, it didn't turn out so well. It did not turn out so well.
It didn't go the way anyone expected. Before we get into it, hit that like button and subscribe, because this is one you don't want to miss. This was supposed to be a throwaway preseason game, the kind you barely remember by the time the final buzzer sounds. But instead, it became one of those rare moments where everything slows down, the tension creeps in, and suddenly the spotlight locks onto a single possession the entire league can't look away from.
Indiana Fever fall to Paige Beckers and the Dallas Wings, but that's not the storyline. The storyline of this game that took place today on Amazon Prime is the WNBA referees. I mean, they showed up, they showed out, and they called hella fouls against Caitlin Clark. Now, I told y'all, there had to be a shift within these referees, and we synced it on display today.
It starts the way it almost always does. Caitlin Clark commanding attention before the ball even finds her hands, pulling defenders into that uneasy space between hesitation and overreaction. Then the play unfolds, and something slips. Backslash the contact comes a beat too late. The landing looks just a little too rough. And in that split second, the entire arena forgets this is supposed to be nothing more than preseason.
That's what it is. Like, Caitlin went down and it was just a normal call. I think the referees got it right. I don't think Alana Smith tried, but she did kind of go for it. But apparently, she's okay. This is a huge sign. This is actually hugely positive. Caitlin Clark says post-game she landed hard on her kneecap and says, "I feel good." Emphasizes how well she thinks the refs did tonight as well. It's like, yes.
Here's the part no one really says out loud. When Clark hits the floor now, it never feels routine. It feels like a storyline on the verge of blowing up. And this time, it almost did, the moment she came down from that play.
Went absolutely scorched earth in the first half against the Dallas Wings today, dropping 19 points in the first half, 21 points by the time she left the game. And I don't want to jinx it, folks. Does Caitlin Clark have a whistle this season? Is Caitlin Clark actually going to get foul called in her favor? Let me find out. Caitlin Clark's about to get 8 free throw attempts again.
Alana Smith stepped in. No obvious bad intent. Just a split-second misread and enough physical presence to create exactly the kind of situation the league has been criticized for letting slide. Clark didn't have a clean landing space. That's the danger zone, the kind of play that's led to injuries at every level of basketball. And just like that, Clark was down, drawing the kind of attention nobody watching wanted to see. For a moment, the reaction said it all. Not chaos, not panic, just that tight, uneasy silence, like everyone was thinking the same thing. Here we go again. Because the narrative around Clark's rise tends to focus on the highlights, the flash, the momentum, the almost cinematic build-up. What gets overlooked is how physical it's been underneath all that. The bumps, the grabs, the constant pressure that goes well beyond routine defense. So this wasn't just about one play. It felt like part of a pattern. But this time, something shifted. The whistle came instantly. No hesitation. The officials ruled it a flagrant foul right away, and that call might matter more than the collision itself. Because for once, the message wasn't subtle. There's a line, and it's going to be enforced.
Did not turn out so well. And many fans today are screaming from the top of the mountain what they've been saying since the draft. We got absolutely destroyed on the boards last night. Destroyed. Okay, Aaliyah Boston was out. All right, she grabs 8 rebounds. You're still not close.
That single call flipped the entire mood of the game. Clark got up the way she always does, somewhere between irritated and completely unfazed. It's the kind of reaction that makes you wonder if she treats pain like a minor inconvenience. No limp, no theatrics. She walked it off, stepped to the free throw line, and carried on like the moment was more annoying than alarming. Later, she admitted she landed hard on her kneecap, a sentence that feels like it should come with a dramatic pause. Instead, she brushed it off, saying she felt good. Not fine, not managing, just good. And that's where things start to get interesting. Because if you rewind a few seconds before the contact, there's a completely different conversation waiting to happen. The screen that set everything up wasn't exactly textbook. There's a real case to be made that with a cleaner, stronger pick, Clark never ends up in that vulnerable spot at all. Instead, she had to adjust on the fly, slipping contact, recalibrating mid-play, and in doing so, stepped right into a late defensive recovery that turned messy. Which brings up a slightly uncomfortable question.
Swings, bumps into Caitlin Clark. Very scary moment for all the Indiana Fever fans. She's on the ground, forehead touching the court. She's holding her leg. Fans are like, not the golden child of the WNBA. Gets up limping and then magically, and I mean magically, starts walking fine. I think Caitlin might be taking a few notes from the professional soccer boys here because they do that a lot.